Now let's talk about error handling. We have different types of error, such as syntax error, runtime error, logical error, linker error, etc., which I will mention most useful errors for handling and controlling. One simple one, of course, it is syntax error. For example, I say dim I a integer. Of course, this is syntax error. As you see, it is very obvious and highlighted with red color. So I say as, and I say I equal, okay, again, this is syntax error, equal 5. And let's say message box I. Of course, in this case, we could simply control errors. As an example, if I add parentheses here, if I run, it is fine. If I remove, gonna work. But if I say, for example, I equal something like that, again we have syntax error. This is the most simple errors. Another types of error, it is runtime error. For example, I say I equal 5 divided by 0. If I run the program, you see division by 0. This is runtime error because you cannot divide by 0. So this is another one which it is calculating or controlling very simply. One another very important error, it is logical error, which I will call it most critical and worst errors. Because although you won't see any error or breaking, but you won't get the correct result. As an example, I want to make average numbers of 2 digits. I say them I as double just to keep correctly, and I say I equal, of course we know how we could set 2 numbers average by adding them together plus and divide by the how many counts are. For example, 4 plus 5 divide by 2. As you know, the average it is first 4 plus 5, it is 9, and divided by 2 it is 4.5. Message box I. If I run this program, you won't get any error, but the result it is wrong. I make it more simpler to show you. I say 10 plus 20 divided by 2 should be 15, but it is 20. And this is logical error. You don't see any error, but the result it is wrong. And usually on large program, finding and solving logical error is very hard. For instance, in this example, our priority has problem, and you have to find it manually. For example, here, the priority of division it is more than adding. So I have to use parentheses, first add these two together, and then divide by 2. And there it is. Maybe again 4 and 5. 4.5. But for runtime errors, we usually have some controls like on error, which I will mention on the next few videos.